Hello everyone, this is Shiv, Prem, a legal intern at LEXIS and Company and currently pursuing BLLB honors from Central University of South Bihar. So today's topic was Law of Sea or Maritime Law. In the first part I had gone through the introduction section, then some declarations, treaties or convention of the law like Truman Declaration, UN Conference of the Law of the Sea. Then I had go through the Parado Proposal of 1967, then some major maritime zones. Then after we see the Indian proposition, and then after we saw the right of innocent passage. Now, by taking the topic upwards, I will be dealing with in this topic with breadth of the territorial sea, the topic, and in Indian context, what will be the exclusive economic zone and other parts. So let us start with the breadth of territorial sea. Width of the territorial sea up to which the states can exercise sovereignty has been subjected to a long line of historical development. Initially, it stated that the width requirement in terms of the range of shore-based artillery. However, during the 19th century, it changed to a 3-mile rule by the Scandinavians, claiming 4 miles. The limit of the exercise jurisdiction over the territorial sea became clear only after the First World War. Article 3 of the 1982 Convention, however, notes that all states have the right to establish the breadth of the territorial sea up to a limit not exceeding 12 nautical miles from the baselines. Now let us see what do we mean by contiguous zone. The establishment of contiguous zone is a fairly ancient practice. Its first manifestation appeared even before the actual concept of the territorial sea was defined and accepted. The issue of contiguous zone was first discussed at the House Codification Conference in 1930. After that, the concept of contiguous zone was fully recognized in the UN Clause 1 at Geneva. Article 24 of the Geneva Convention on the Territorial Sea and the Contiguous Zone 1958 contains the concept of contiguous zone. Article 33 of the UN Clause 1982 provides that in a zone contiguous to its territorial sea described at the contiguous zone, the coastal state may exercise the control necessary to prevent infringement of its customs, physical, immigration or sanitary laws and regulations within its territory or territorial sea, punish infringement of the above laws and regulations committed within its territory or territorial sea. The contiguous zone may not be extended beyond 24 nautical miles from the baseline from which the breadth of the territorial sea is measured. But now the words of the High Seas and fixed the limit of the contiguous zone at 24 nautical miles instead of 12 miles, which were prescribed by the former convention. In Indian context, on 3 December 1956, President of India issued a proclamation wherein India adopted a 12-mile contiguous zone for the purpose of customs and sanitary regulations. At the Caracas session of UN Clause 3 in 1974, the leader of the Indian delegation, while making a policy statement, declared that India was in favor of a contiguous zone of 18 miles outside the territorial sea, means an area of 30 miles in order the control of the coastal state for preventing or punishing the infringement of customs, physical, immigration and sanitary regulations. Now let us see some contiguous zone of India. India has accepted the 24 nautical miles as the limit of the contiguous zone, and the government claims control in the contiguous zone, that is the security of India. The inclusion of security amongst the purposes of the contiguous zone widens the authority of the Indian government over foreign ships in the outer 12 miles of the contiguous zone. Now let us see exclusive economic zone. The exclusive economic zone is also known as patrimonial sea, which has an area beyond and adjacent to the territorial sea extending up to 200 nautical miles seaward. Now let us see some of the rights of the coastal states, like Article 56 of the UN clause that states this article is important for two reasons. Firstly, it indicates the nature of the coastal state's rights and the activities in respect of which the coastal state has jurisdiction. Secondly, it underlines the fact that the coastal state's rights are primarily economic in nature and categorizes only the economic rights as sovereign rights. Now let us see what are the rights of the other states. Article 58 provides that all states enjoy within the EEZ the freedom of the navigation and overflight and of laying of submarine cables and pipelines subject to the relevant provisions of this convention. Now let us see what do we mean by continental shelf. We can understand the continental shelf by two concepts. The first one is the geographical concept and the second one is the legal concept. Geographical concept is the concept which means the continental shelf is the extension of the land territory beneath sea, whereas the legal concept includes the historical perspective and the statute perspective. The meaning of the continental shelf is the submarine extension of the continental outward into the sea to a depth of 200 nautical miles. The rights of the coastal states. The coastal state has sovereign rights over it for the purpose of exploring it and exploiting its natural resources. All other states are entitled to lay submarine cables and pipelines on the continental shelf. The right may be exercised only with the consent of the coastal state. So, the law of the sea concerned with the public order at sea, which has been codified in the form of United Nations Convention on the Law of the Sea and signed on 10th December 1982, it provides rules and regulations that help to maintain peace and order security over the uses of the sea. The code provides a set of comprehensive rules which divides the oceanic region into 5 maritime zones, and it has set the limit to 12 nautical miles for the coastal states to exercise their sovereignty without any conflict. It aims to resolve the dispute amicably with the help of an international tribunal of the law of the sea. So that's all for now. Let us meet in the next session with some different topics, and please do like and subscribe the channel. Thank you.